double meaning. I think it's called a homograph. It could either be agape or agape. So agape means basically wide open, and agape is like pure love, unconditional. It's almost like love in its purest form. I try to paint a vivid picture, but my thoughts distorted. Lost for words, I'm working on getting problems sorted. I aborted the mission when they did not support it, but then I double back from all, don't prematurely forfeit. I never actually wanted to quit, but the lack of encouragement definitely made me second guess myself at times. Was feeling shorted by myself, but that's when I retorted. I reported the facts and tracks that I recorded. Kinda sorta abstract, but if they try extort it. I deported the devil, by angels I'm escorted. I've abandoned myself many times before, but I finally decided that the truth was something that I needed to stand on. But I was also aware of the fact that it was something that people was gonna try to probably use against me. I climbed the stairway to heaven, I'm in my bread 11s. They pulled a weapon on Brandy for his when we were freshmen. Started questioning my position and second guessing. They could have filled him up with lead since we mentioned his Zeppelin. I really started getting into sneakers when I was 14. Me and bro used to sit in class and scroll on the local Facebook pages, looking for deals and shit. I was still pretty ignorant to how quickly things could go left. End of summer, Aziz finessed me for Cardi 7s. I had to take that on the chin and pick apart the lesson. Wasn't in my deck of cards to go and spark the Wesson, but in my heart was a battle that felt like Armageddon. I did it to myself, really. By the time that I had figured out what happened, it was already too late. That's why you can't really give everybody the benefit of the doubt, you know. You live and you learn. See, that's when I had to decide which way to go. Because if you never even tried, how would you ever know? You know? Sometimes it's best to just throw in the towel or you end up making things worse. Heavy on the pedal, going rounds with the devil. Honestly embarrassed and obviously disheveled. Ass backwards, even love turned to evil, but it sparked a revolution that started within the vessel. Letting go is much easier said than done. My ego was crushed and my world was flipped upside down, but you gotta find a way to keep moving forward. Glad I made it through, cause I was weak and I was feeble. Addiction really have you stealing from your own people. Battling my demons, I was rattled by the evil. Battered by the first and I was shattered by the sequel. The need to attain this idea or status of power will really have you out here moving recklessly, disrespectfully. You know, when it happened to my bro, I was shook, but when it happened to me, I felt betrayed, for sure. Show me how to set the stakes and don't forget mistakes. And you may never get a break, you just can't let it break you. They want to ask me what I'm making, but for heaven's sake, I know they only trying to gauge how much they get to take. I've always had a connection to God, and most of the time I've tried to act righteously, but this world is full of corruption, and it's definitely affected my relationship with other people. My grandpa told me he was, now I understand the cape. That type of shit will either have you wanting to murder everybody or save everybody. And I could imagine probably a little bit of both. I've been trying to get in shape and to forget the vape. Learning how to open up, it left my soul agape. My love's agape forever, for real, it's no escape. I love unconditionally, without expectation. And you know, regardless of how or why our relationship has changed, there will always be an element of love that remains, regardless. And it always will. That's just how it is.
Learning how to open up, it left my soul agape. My love's agape forever, for real, it's no escape.